What's up, guys? It is Sam here, and today I wanted to talk about the pre-workout that I used for today's workout. We've got some pictures that we're going to also run through as well. But if this is your first time here, what's good? My name is Sam, and for those of you who are returning, two things. First, you'd better press that subscribe button if this is your second time here. Come on, bro. Second, it's good to freaking see you. Now, let's get into it. So, clearly, I had a fucking awesome pump. Shoulders are looking really good. I'm probably at 235 pounds here. I'm about 6'1" and a half-ish. Last time I checked several years ago. So, my pre-workout. Let's get into it. And first, before we actually get into that, this is just for entertainment purposes under my doctor's supervision. Like, don't do the stuff I'm talking about. It's just for research and entertainment. Now, I used today is Monday, so this past weekend I used and I didn't do anything. On Saturday, I think I might have done my TRT shot. TRT is testosterone replacement therapy. So I generally speaking will take between 175 to 250 milligrams of testosterone per week. But for the last couple weeks, I do daily shots. So I will take wrong direction. I make a lot of videos on Tesla on TikTok if you want to check those out. Over 2 million views. Look at the hamstring popping out on this on the picture over here. Hamstring is coming through. That little black dot is just a ingrown hair that I was actually just picking at. Should probably stop picking at it because it's going to scar. And I trained back today. So I took a DMAA pre-workout it's a research pre-workout. It's got DMAA, DMHA, and DMAE in it, as well as GABA and a few other things. All the stuff I talk about, there's links in the description if you're interested in doing your own research. Plus, there's plenty of other fucking companies you can check out. But if you want to support the channel or whatever, and if you're doing your own research, feel free. If not, there's plenty of other companies. So 20 milligrams of Ostarine pre-workout, about maybe an hour and, if you include the cardio, about an hour and 30 minutes before my workout. And I had, and then also this weekend, I didn't take anything. So as of Friday, when I did my last workout, Friday evening, probably about half hour before my workout, Friday was the last thing that I took in terms of SARMs. And most of the SARMs have a pretty short half-life. So over the weekend, didn't take any SARMs. I think I did a TRT shot, like 1/7 of like 200 or 250. I did, generally it's about 37, like 30 milligrams to 40 milligrams per day. I'm around like 35 milligrams per day. And I did not take one on Sunday. So what ends up happening, even though it's just one day, it drops down a little bit, right? Because I'm not fulfilling that. And the reason I do daily is because I actually prefer, there's a closer up one. Shoulders really fucking popping there. Calves are sticking out over here. This one's a little blurry, but you're going the wrong way. There we go. Here's the other side. Shoulders are looking nice there. Got my arm out. So it almost like I want to be able to let my androgen receptors like resensitize, and I think about it like weed, right? Oh, I also use weed as a pre-workout. I should have mentioned that. And if you look, it looks like this dude over here is actually looking at me. And oh, so is that lady right there. They're like, what the fuck is he doing in the gym? So 20 milligrams of Ostarine, I don't know what the actual dosage is, but 1 scoop of this is actually from Hazard Labs. And like when you go there, you can't actually see what's on their site until you create an account, kind of thing. But with weed, where if you smoke a certain amount of weed or take any drug or compound for an extended period of time, you got to take more of it, right, to get the same effect. Right? If you're taking aspirin and it's 300 milligrams per day and you're taking it for a headache or something, if you don't get their shit fixed, you're going to have to increase your dose. Or pain, like say for a back, those are probably the most common ones that people will be able to relate to. If you're taking some type of painkiller, right, you're going to probably have to increase the dosage to get the same effect. Same thing with weed, same thing with other, like all sorts of stuff. So my idea is that I'm perpetually changing things. So over the weekend, no SARMs at all. Today, I took 20 milligrams, right? So we've had since Friday afternoon, all weekend, and then most of Monday with no SARMs. So basically like 2.5 days, right? More than 2.5, almost like 2 3/4 of a day without any SARMs, right? So that's not a terrible long. Yes, I know there's still my system. Yes, I understand it, but much lower levels. So then you almost can have like a rebound effect where it's like that's where you would normally sit at, but because you've come down off of there, you're almost more sensitive. So when you take something, you almost come back to a higher point. There's some research on this in training, where people have this rebound type of effect for training. And I think the same thing applies for drugs and whatnot, because I was super full. I did some back training today, and I actually just got a cramp in my lats. I was very full. I didn't have a tremendous amount of carbs today, probably about average, maybe slightly over average, and I looked very lean. I looked full in the gym, and because of the DMAA combined with the THC, I get like a very nice focus where it's incredibly busy in the gym. You can see in these pictures, right? You can see like there's a shitload of people in the gym. It's New Year's, right? It's all the people from New Year's, which is awesome. Like, cool. That's awesome. Sweet. Hopefully they continue to go. I feed off the energy, and I enjoy it when it's busy. But the other thing is, I'm completely freaking oblivious, right, to what's going on around me. I just feed off of knowing that everybody else, all that other energy is happening around me because people are putting in time and effort into the gym, and you just have this sense of what's happening, right? Like if you work in an office of high performers, that energy feeds off of you, or you feed off of that energy to some degree, whether you're aware of it or not. And the same thing happens in the gym for me, is that I actually prefer the gym when it's packed, right? Because I'm able to feed off of that energy. But at the same time, it's like I'm completely oblivious. You could be working out right next to me, completely oblivious. I'm doing my thing. I've got my headphones in. I have no idea who the fuck's around me, who's looking at me, or anything. I can sense the energy in the one hand, and on the other hand, I'm completely fucking oblivious to who's around me. Because I know the energy's all around me. I know there's people everywhere, but I'm focused on my shit. And that's just more the theory behind that. Let's jump in. Oh, so this is kind of interesting. I got this from my girlfriend. I'm definitely going the wrong way in these pictures, but this is C4 energy gummies. Kind of interesting. There's 200 milligrams of caffeine in there. I want to know how they taste and what else is in those. Let's come through here. Again, looking pretty full here. My bicep on this one looks pretty big. I just didn't rotate my wrist to actually contract it more. Then we switch up sides. The lighting is different, so the cap on this shoulder looks bigger because the lighting is different. It's a little bit hard to see, but you can see some of the striations in my quads. It's a little bit blurry. My face is not in the picture or whatever. And this is the coming back from the other direction. So this is the same picture here. I'd like to know what your thoughts are. If you guys have any questions, leave them down below. Jump over to Instagram if you want to jump into the DMs. I'm actually going to be starting to schedule time to jump in there and respond to people's questions on Instagram. I appreciate you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace. Oh, and Happy New Year's, by the way.